Hey, aloha everybody. Hey Cindy, where are we today?
We're in Waikiki Beach, and it's the 4th of July. Happy 4th of July to everyone.
Yeah, happy 4th of July, everybody. I'm going to try to see if I can, in my camera. Well, what's going on here in Waikiki today?
The canoe races for the 4th of July.
Yeah, it's a huge event here in Waikiki. The outrigger canoe races. Basically, a big part of the surf spot here in Hawaii is shut down, and there's outrigger canoe clubs from all over the island. So it's about the most Hawaiian thing you can do is to be here for this event. And they just sang the Hawaiian state song, and they just sang the Star Spangled Banner, and they're about to do the first race. So I'm gonna see if I can show you guys some of the race, if I can figure out how to turn it. Is this it here maybe? There we go. Okay, you can see our house there in the distance, one of the condos there. And you can see Diamond Head. And you can see the canoes are starting to go out. They're gonna start the first race. They paddle right out through, you see the flags in the water there. They paddle all the way out about a half a mile. They turn around and come back, and they catch a wave often on their way back in. So you might be in last place, but on your way back in, you catch a wave, and suddenly you're in first place. The place that this is being held is a place called, the surf spot here is called Canoes. It's Canoes because although it's a world-class surf spot, it's where a lot of beginners learn to surf because long waves. And but also it's where all the outriggers surf. But today the canoes that are going to be paddling out are going to be paddle racing. So they're 10, 12-man canoes. So we'll just keep you on here for a little while and see if we can get the start of the first race so you can see it. Don't know how long it'll be. They're bringing the canoes out now. There's one team in the water. Here comes another team coming down to the water, and here comes another team. So there's all ages. There's mixed groups. There's men. There's the kane, the men. There's the vahine, the women. There's the keiki, the younger kids. And they're from canoe clubs from all of the islands. So they ship their canoes in by some of the local, barges and ships that bring all the Amazon packages and the meat and the food. Everything here in the islands, they say if the islands are shut down like during COVID, that it may be that we would run out of food for 2 weeks if the ships stopped coming in. So it's kind of a big deal to have these local barges. When I had my home on the island of Molokai, where my mom and dad were, my dad was a Catholic deacon there. Kind of run out of food by Wednesday night, and Thursday the barge would come in. So everybody did their Thanksgiving shopping a whole week ahead of time because by Thursday when the barge came in, Thanksgiving was already happening and no more food. So, okay, so they're paddling out now. It looks like they're gonna maybe start the race on the outside. I'm not sure. A lot of times they started right from the shore, so you can see the canoes going out. Suddenly all the tourists in the water are like, what's going on? What is all this that's going on? And they do something unusual. They take a whole string of buoys about 1/8 of a mile long, like you would see in a swimming pool, and they go right through the lineup at canoes, surf break, to warn people don't surf on this side, you might get run over by an outrigger. So you can see all the water skis out here, the Hawaii Waterman Patrol, the best in the world. This is the place where when you go to oceans now around the world, you'll see lifeguards with their jet skis. That whole thing was started here in Hawaii using jet skis for ocean safety. We love the ocean safety people around the world, but I'll tell you there's none better than the ocean safety people in Hawaii. Going out on really treacherous conditions to save people. Just a special shout out to our friend Clyde Icao. A lot of people know who Clyde is. I mentioned his brother in my book, and he's going to be part of our new TV show, A Long Ride Home in Hawaii. His brother is the one he and his brother were the first North Shore lifeguards. A lot of ocean rescues. They never lost one person up there. And Clyde, we pray for you. Clyde was in Vegas doing some stuff with the Hawaiian community there, and They found out he had an enlarged aorta. They just did emergency surgery on him. They said if he had gotten on the plane and gone back, he wouldn't have made it back. So they just did emergency surgery on him. And so our prayers go out to Uncle Clyde. I talked to him yesterday, and his son Ha'a, and his son's there taking good care of him. I first met Ha'a, who's now in his 30s, surfing in a contest in Bay Ritz with Clyde. So Cindy, what do you think they're doing? Let's see if I can get you in picture here.
No.
No, just for 1 second. Okay, so what do you think about this, Cindy?
It's beautiful. It's just, I learn every day something new about the Hawaiian culture every day. It's just amazing.
And you said something interesting. The Hawaiian people are known to be very humble, but you said we walked by and you saw all the trophies.
That's right. So normally they don't really pay much attention to receiving a trophy or, getting first or second place. They just, enjoy the event. And then this time there's one row of trophies after another on the tables. And I'm like, wow, that surprised me. So.
And we're just saying that Hawaii, the watermen are very humble. Everyone is humble.
Yes.
The definition of nobility is to be powerful and humble. But the thing about the outrigger canoes is this is a team event. It's not like surfing is mostly an individual event. This is a team event, and so there's definitely a warrior. The Hawaiian people are a warrior people. The heritage goes very deep and it still runs thick, and so there's big rivalry between these different clubs. The Outrigger Canoe Club is way over there. Those buildings over there. And they're kind of known to be one of the standout clubs, and it looks like they're lining up for the go. We're going to see if we can watch one heat here with you guys. You see them way out there. Let me see if I can reverse it again so you can see it, and hopefully my phone will last long enough for you to see the first heat. The last team's getting out and turning around, and this may be several laps, but we'll just show you them on their first part of the heat coming into the beach so you can see it. It's wonderful. I have a outrigger canoe. They call it an OC1 outrigger canoe, one man, carbon fiber. It weighs less than 20-30 pounds. I can put it on my shoulder and I just walk across the street to the beach, go out for long paddles. And also the most fun about an outrigger canoe is surfing it. And Cindy, do you want to tell them about your first outrigger canoe experience here in Waikiki?
Oh, I don't.
Just give us a little rundown before they start. It was on a huge day, so huge that no outrigger canoes and no catamarans were going out. But what did you do?
I was in the first position, person number one.
Well, we talked a friend of mine into taking us out.
Oh, yes.
A captain of one of the canoes. An 8-man canoe, but there was only like 6 of us in it. Go ahead.
Anyway, I was in the front position, like the very first person in the canoe. And we paddled and paddled and paddled. You had to, because of the surf, the large surf, we had to paddle much farther out to catch a wave than you normally do. And then we're dropping into a wave, and I'm literally paddling, and all of a sudden there's no water underneath me because the nose of the canoe is sticking out over the wave before it drops in, and it was quite a drop. It was pretty spectacular. I enjoyed every minute of it.
But we dropped in, and the height of the wave was about, the canoe was short. It was about it's a 12-man canoe, 10-man canoe maybe, but the wave was bigger than the canoe, and you were suspended out in open space.
That's right.
And we caught a wave at a place called First Point at canoes that only breaks when it's really big, and we dropped in on the first wave, and then the captain steered the canoe over to the right side to ride down the face of the wave, and then it kind of backs off a little bit, and then it gets to the regular spot where normally you sit at canoes, and we aim for the boil marks because we know beneath the boil marks is shallower. It's where the reef is. It's not super shallow, but it's going to make the wave break again. And I don't know if you remember what happened when we caught that wave and we went left. What did I have to do?
Well, you had to put your whole upper body weight out on the ama.
The outrigger.
The outrigger. Okay, the outrigger of the canoe, which is what do you call that? Is the ama?
The ama. Yeah, the ama.
Yeah.
So it's the arm that goes out to the outrigger.
Yes.
So I had to go all the way out on that to hold it, because as we're going down the line, the ama was closest to the face of the wave, and to make the the outrigger huli. And if you want to know what huli is when you the whole time study I think I was facing me and my ear instead of you. Anyway, sorry guys. When you huli is when you huli the canoe, it flips. And yeah, they call it, when you make chicken here on the grill, they call it huli huli, the rotisserie chicken. So that's what I did. So come on guys, let's start this race. I can't believe I was holding that wrong the whole time. It didn't flip over. They'd much rather see. You tell me, what did they say? Oh yeah, we were walking along the beach. No, you said. We were walking along the beach, and different people that I knew as I was walking along, they go, did you see those idiots out there? You can't believe an outrigger went out and caught those waves. And I go, yeah, she was number one in the canoe. When you're number one, you first of all, you're setting the pace for the other paddlers, so it's an important role. But also, it's the person that gets the most wet, because when the bow of the boat, as it's suspended, then it's going down, almost submerging, and the spray just comes up, and she was just engulfed in it. And that's the reason I put her number one, because I wanted her to enjoy the spray from the shower. But I've had mild-mannered, middle-aged moms cuss at me for putting him in that position. I think it's funny. But okay, so pretty soon here we're going to have the canoe's going to start. They're bailing water right now. You're going to see pretty soon. Here it comes. I know, I'm waiting for her to move. Come on guys, let's go. Let's tip it for you. I can do it right this time. You can't see in the sun, it's so bright. I mean, did it flip? Yeah, there we go. No, it didn't flip, did it? So happy 4th of July, everybody. I don't know if you can see the canoes way out there. It's so bright here that I can't really use my controls to zoom in. But they're about to go. I think there's nothing for them to wait for but to go. Maybe they're waiting for a wave. We'll see. This hotel here is the Pink Hotel, the Royal Hawaiian. It's one of the second oldest hotel. The oldest one is actually down there. It's the one that looks a little bit, it's the smallest one there, right on the beach. It looks like a plantation. That's the Moana. We call the Moana our living room. We usually go down there almost every morning for our short walk and a prayer time and then a swim. And we usually do the same thing in the evenings too. We don't go for a longer walk. But I'm hoping we can get them to start this race. Cindy, you want to start the race off? Here comes the yellow flag up. Tell them to get ready. That's usually the 1 minute warning. He's waving the yellow flag, waving the green flag, and they're off. Green flag. Here they go, everybody. The thing about outrigger canoe paddling is it's a team, and they practice. Go Waikiki. And they practice. And they paddle hard. You see them in the. We're kind of filming right here too. Did you hear us? Okay, good. Yeah, so she's doing some filming too. So here they come in. So we're so here they go. So in the evenings you'll see them out paddling. But during the summer they call it the regatta season, and there's outrigger canoe paddling contests all over. Ho'olei, that means paddle the canoe, paddle fast. And there's a longer sentence, ho'olei, I forget it, but it means paddle the canoe together. And if I had a message for people, it would be that we need to all be together in the same canoe, paddling together with the same intent. Focus on real truth, focus on real justice, not the fake woke type stuff. Get in the canoe and everybody paddle hell they might. Now you can see it's kind of a close race, but there's one team way in the back that's about to catch a wave, and it might be that it'll help them catch up, but it doesn't look like it. The surf is really small here today. The surf last weekend was 8 to 12 feet, advisory level. In fact, one of the biggest catamaran on the beach here went out, and it got really rocked by 3 big waves, and 6 people were injured. A couple of people went to the hospital. So today is about as small as it gets to here in Hawaii. So that's basically a sprint race. Just paddling in one direction. They're not doing a turn. So there you go. Anything else you want to say, Cindy, today? Did it turn? Is your face in it? I can't tell. It's so dark here. Yeah, there you go. Here, baby. Thank you. Aloha. Thanks for joining us on the 4th of July weekend. Have a good time. There's going to be fireworks out here, out on the ocean later tonight. I tried to get him to hold it in the morning because it's more convenient for me, but they said no, they're going to hold it at night for some reason. Okay, see if I can turn this off properly. It's going to look funny for a while. Aloha. So hard to see. Come on, man. There's the X. Okay.